So welcome back. It's Sunday. It's damp, cold, just miserable outside. Been pretty much lazy most of the day, most of the morning. Got some work planned or some projects coming up. Well, projects and just overall maintenance. I gotta change the oil in the Vega. I gotta put the rear upper controller mounts on the rear end. So, and plus, yesterday I put new tires on the 57. Can't see them great. See if it shows up pretty good. They're a really decent sized wheel. It really fills up that fender well. I can't see them good. I'm gonna take it out. What I'm doing right now, I'm going to move the cars around. Bring the Vega up front here, put on jack stands and ramps to get it up, and so I can both change the oil and change the rear brackets. I want to bring the 57 out to the back, just rearranging cars because of that way I can bring the 57 in and out without moving the Vega out. And plus the Vega is going to be kind of stagnant for hopefully only a couple days, but you know how it works with me. I plan, a day or two, and it ends up being a long project. But hopefully this won't go too bad. Tires went really good. They're pretty decent sized tire, 255/70. I think it's like a 29-inch tall tire by like 10.5 wide, close to 11, I think. But I didn't realize you could fit such a big tire in these 57s. And that's with no different, no extra fabrication or anything like that. They just fit in there nice. Now, granted, I have it up pretty high with the new leaf springs, but so that's where I'm at. I'm going to be just moving cars around and getting the Vega ready for oil change and change of brackets, and possibly see how it goes. I might put that transmission in. I'm not right now. I'm just thinking out loud. Transmission is going to get put in. Whether it's going to be this trip or this time it's up, I'm not sure. All depends how things work out. So here I go. I'll move some stuff around. Okay, so me and my wifey moved the cars around. I'm going to put the rear brackets on for upper control arms. And also I got to change the oil. So what we did was put on these ramps. I like these ramps. You can actually jack it up higher. You drive up on that platform, you can actually jack it up higher. I only ever did that once or twice. I don't really like doing it that much, but it's nice. It's nice. I don't have no lift, which a lot of us don't, so it's not like a big deal. But one thing is though, like just moving these two cars around was it was easy enough. My wife helps me all the time, and she's getting really good at it as far as the space and helping me put up in ramps. Just sometimes it scares me a little bit because she's doing something, and next thing you know, she kind of like bends over for a second and just to adjust something. It's like I can't see her. I don't like her in front of the car, and the car's running. I always do it from the side, and she's doing it from the side, and that's fine. But next thing you know, it's like, well, it's just goes out my view for a couple seconds, and it scares the hell out of me. I just can't see her. She's not in front of the car. She's not really putting herself in harm's way, but it kind of seems like it is. When I do, I get real scared. It's like, oh my god, I don't want to hurt my wife over freaking stupid cars. I mean, I do love the cars, but I was gonna get other cars. I can't get another wife, not like the one I have. So spent many years. Met her in high school. Went to a high school prom, 12th grade. Great woman, but I got her when she was young. She was just a pup, so I kind of trained her myself. Just joking. She's gonna hate me for saying that, but yeah, I got her when she was a pup, and I put a lot of work into her. Boy, she's gonna kill me when I hear this shit, when she hears this stuff. But okay, so that's where we're at right now. It's Monday night, and I'm gonna call it quits right now. Later, man. Here I'm trying to do some director work. Thinking I'm like Francis Ford Coppola or something. I'm out. I have the Vega up, ready to do these brackets. Again, these seem like they fit really nice. Probably be done on the next video, but doing some video work as I walk. And what's this back here? Oh, what's this? Oh, 57 Chevy. Cool. So let me give you a look at where I'm at right now with this. Just so you guys know, this paint is really shot. It shines good, but it's cracked, and it's kind of looks cool in the sense that it looks, well, what it is, it's an old restoration. It's an old restoration that old lacquer that's cracked. But look how that baby sits. It looks cool. And I'm going to show you some examples what I'm shooting for and what I have in mind when I'm talking about stance and stuff. Again, this car is really a good looker, good driver. But the pictures don't really show this car. I mean, it's a great driver. I love it. I don't think I want to do nothing for it. People love it. I love it just the way it is. It's really an honest God, true blue, old-time restoration. I mean, some people think it's original paint. It's not original, but... So here's some of the cars. I'll show you some of the cars. Some of 57 of them, the stance I'm shooting for. You can see kind of the idea I'm getting. Now, ooh, look at that. That's a badass stance look. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. I'll try to give you a little backstory on this 57. So all these 57s were owned by the man who I bought my 57 off of, and he has that stance down perfect. These are all super great cars. Look at that badass car. And the one with the flames on is the one that he had at the time when I bought mine off of him, and it's just nasty. Like I said, he has it down pat. So that's the car I'm talking about. Okay, I'm going for it. Okay. Bought this car when I was 15 years old. First real experience I had loving a 57 was I was walking home from my friend's house. I was 15. Or I got dropped off, something, but I was coming up in our parking space where I lived. It's like at the end of the street, there was this 57, and it's the one with the flames. And it was, to me, it was one of the coolest things. I love flame jobs. At some point, maybe put flame job in this. I don't know. That's a whole nother story. So I saw that the 57 flames, and it just so happened, you know, my brother. It was one of my brother's friends who had the 57 flames, and it was just cool. About as cool as you can be. So I remember saying to my brother about that car. He goes, yeah, and he said, that's so-and-so's. And I didn't know the guy very good this time. I'm really young. And so I think within a couple hours, he said, you know, he has a 57 Chevy for sale, you know, or you could buy from him. So back then, you know, 57 was, you know, I don't know. I mean, they were something, but they were not like they are today. So I think, no, I don't think, I know, it was $450. I remember I wanted that car so bad, and so I had $150 cash, and I had an old dirt bike, a pretty nice Yamaha 175 Duro. I sold that for the remainder of $450. And then I had the car. Now I do have a picture of this car when I first bought it. I'll find it somehow. I don't know if I'm gonna get it for this video, but for future video, I'm gonna look for it. And the car was just it's a plain Jane 210 series. Has a V8. The interior is all ratty. The floors were kind of rotted, but it was still a good car. What I planned on doing was just driving the car around, in high school. It wasn't, I just wanted it for a cruiser. But my dad, and all his wisdom, whatever, he wasn't going to let me drive that car around like it was. I don't know. My dad's a Corvette guy. We didn't have money, but he did have a Corvette. Ever since I was born until the day he died, he was always a big Corvette guy. He didn't want me driving this around being ratty. So I was 15, and then things happened, and I remember I wanted to start. I just couldn't get it in the garage at that time. My dad bought and sold cars and did body work and everything else, and my oldest brother had a body shop. But my brother did put the floors in this thing. That's one thing he did do. But so I had the car, and it was parked at my grandpa's. This is going to be a long story, just so you know. I'll try to shorten it up. So I had out my grandpa's, and when I was 20, 21, I had a really good job for a young kid. I was a manager of a pizza place, a fast food pizza place. I was making pretty good money for a kid my age at the time. So, and my dad was kind of short of work at that time. I won't say he's out of work, but he bought and sold cars and lived, worked for himself. So he said, being I was working good, he'll work on my car, and he'll put down how many hours he has into it, and like at the end of the week, I'll pay him, how much it costs per week. So I'm not sure how many months. I think it was like 2 months I've been working on this thing. Not full 40-hour weeks, but here and there, pretty much. I was writing a check or giving him cash every week. Again, it wasn't a bad deal. It's just I think a lot of people assume that he did this car for free. Father, family things. It was not. I paid for, which is fine. I still was happy that I had a father that could do that type of work. So, but what happened when I got this car done? Okay, my dad was a Corvette guy, and he was a fanatic about original stuff. Everything had to be original. And let me take a break. Okay, so anyhow, my dad was an original fanatic. I mean, I'm talking, my dad was a very powerful figure in everybody's life. He was very overbearing, I'd have to say, but he did the best he could. I could bitch all I wanted. Everybody has a victim mentality. I wasn't a victim. It's like my dad was just hard-nosed when it came to things. Wasn't always cool, but he did the best he could. But when it came to the car thing, it was unbelievable how much he didn't even want me to put 15-inch wheels on it. So I had 14-inch rally rims on this. And hopefully, again, I'll have some pictures, maybe not this video, but future videos. But my original plan was, first of all, I liked the 57 with flames. That was cool. That was cool as can be. I love that car. Now I'd like to have a car like that. Maybe make this car like kind of a clone of it. Maybe. I'm just thinking out loud here. But what I originally wanted to do, and why I kept it at 210, because everybody's just changed them over to Bel Airs, put the Bel Air Chrome and stuff like that. But I was really into Project X, just like everybody else was too. Project X had the Hot Rod magazine. I know it was in a lot of Hot Rod magazines, but it was one of them that kind of gave the whole backstory to it and the different stages that was in. And that's why I kept this car 210, because the Project X didn't have the chrome in the V there, or at the wing rather, or the tail fin rather. So I wanted a blower sticking out of the hood, and that's what I shoot for. Well, I don't know, 14-inch wheels that had to be, and rally rims were because I guess they were Chevrolet issue. It was, so I had rally rims on. Now I'll go into the story with my dad more in future videos. Right now, it's a long story. So he kind of, like I said, is a very overbearing figure in my life. Like my whole family's. I mean, he definitely left a legacy. I don't know if you want to go. Here's a legacy, whatever. I'm proud to be an Eagle, whatever. Yeah, I shouldn't be that proud, but I kind of am. But so this car was had 14-inch rims on it for the longest time, and drove it around a little bit, and it was just like, again, he was very overbearing. I mean, I only lived at home for a little while, but then when I moved out on my own with my woman at the time, now my wife, we lived in an apartment. We were just living together, doing whatever, just living life, and I only got the car out very little, and it was because I never really fully engulfed myself in this car, because it was kind of like, he kind of, if you're going to be in that family and did the things I wanted to do with this car, I'd have to completely separate myself from that. I'd have to almost separate from myself from the family. That's no lie. I would have to really almost disown the family and go off and do my own. That's how overbearing it was. So then I always kept it, went through hard times, and I'm glad I did keep it. One of the main reasons I still have this car is because of my wife. We went from, like every family, you go through some harsh times, financially. And I almost sold this a couple times, and my wife would not allow it. She just didn't want me to look back and regret it and all this other stuff. So, she's a good woman. She's a good woman all the way around, but she definitely didn't want me to sell this car. So I had it for how long? And then when my son had a senior prom, the thing back then was pretty cool. Everybody got dropped off in the car. They drove a nice car. Some people come in carriage or whatever. So he wanted to use the car, and so that is when I decided I'm putting Kragers on this thing, 15-inch wheels, Kragers. And I got it on. My dad loved it then. He'd get a little bit older and a little bit less demanding. Again, I'll tell you a story of my dad. It's quite interesting. As an Eagles are very interesting, to say the least. But so then I had the Kragers on, and then just within the last 5, 6 years, I really got back in the cars with the Vega. And, my son started racing. He was in the cars, and I actually kind of got back, dove into it like I was, because my oldest son, he was into it, and I kind of started wanting to race and hang around and do what he was doing a little bit. I mean, it's completely different. I mean, he drives the F-body, and he's fuel injection and all this other stuff. I'm sold school small block Chevy, but still, it was an interest. My youngest son, he likes cars, but it's not his deal. He loves his car. He loves, he'll come to the drag races with us, but he's not. Maybe someday he will, but if not, that's fine for me. That's fine. So that's where we're at right now. Again, some of these pictures again of the cars I'm trying to replicate kind of the stance. Again, that 57 Chevy with the flames on it. That to me is like a legendary car. That car that's legendary. A lot of my friends have legendary cars, not just him. There's a lot of cars that I grew up having these cars around that were kind of legendary. But, okay, that's all for now, folks. I hope you like this episode. I hope I didn't ramble on too much, but that's what I'm doing with the Vega. That's what I'm doing with the 57 right now as far as stance, and as far as the Vega, I'm working on the rear end. A lot of things planned in the future. Starting to run out of time, but that's okay. I'll get them in. Now it's nice weather. Now I'm starting to really get the spring fever. So again, thank you for watching. Remember, hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave a comment. Please leave a comment. That's cool. Whatever. If not, that's fine too. But tell your friends and family, and I'll catch you later. See you, man.